The novel our group read for the book project was Cold Mountain by Charles Fraser. The beginning. In the beginning of the novel, we meet Inman, a wounded Confederate soldier who is recovering from a serious neck wound in a hospital. Driven by his desire to return home and to the woman he loves, Ada, Inman flees the hospital, effectively deserting the army and beginning his journey back home. In the beginning of the novel, we also meet Ada, a woman from Charleston who recently moved to Cold Mountain with her father. After the death of her father, Ada is left to fend for herself. With no knowledge of how to run the farm left to her by her father, Ada struggles to survive. That is, until a woman named Ruby, who was sent by Ada's neighbors, comes to assist Ada. The journey. The journey Inman faces on his way home is a perilous one. A band of thugs from earlier in his travels appear and shoot at him as he attempts to cross the Cape Fear River. He also prevents a man named Solomon Vesey from murdering a woman he impregnated. Inman eventually ends up getting captured by the Home Guard when he is betrayed by a man named Junior. Inman narrowly avoids death at the hands of the Home Guard, and his journey continues. Meanwhile, back at Cold Mountain, Ada finally begins to adjust to farm life. As time progresses, she and Ruby become closer, but the tranquility is soon interrupted by unsettling information about the Home Guard and by the startling appearance of Ruby's deadbeat father, Stobrood. Though he attempts to prove he is a changed man, Ruby remains skeptical. After receiving help from a slave, Inman returns to Junior's residence and kills him. Inman is later given shelter by an old woman who raises goats in the mountains after leaving her loveless marriage. Inman travels on and meets a widow named Sarah. When 3 federal soldiers threaten Sarah, her baby, and attempt to take their hog, Inman intervenes, killing the soldiers. Back at Cold Mountain, Ruby's father Stobrood shows up once more, begging for supplies. His group is planning to leave their hideout, a cave, due to the growing dangers. Ada agrees to help. Soon after, the Home Guard shows up and shoots Ruby's father and his cohort, Pangle. One member, a boy from Georgia, survives by hiding in a bush and returns to Ada with the news. Ada and Ruby go to bury the dead, but discover Stobrood still alive. Ruby cares for him briefly and then takes him to a nearby Cherokee village. The ending. Finally, Inman reaches Black Cove. He runs into the boy from Georgia, who informs him of the recent events and the location of Ada. He attempts to track Ada, but loses the trail, only to find her hunting turkeys the next day. The couple, reunited, spends a few days at the Cherokee village, reminiscing and making plans for the future, eventually deciding to return home. On the way back, Inman and Stobrood fall prey to the Home Guard. Birch, Teague's second in command, is the only survivor after Inman kills the others. Birch shoots Inman and fatally wounds him. Ada, hearing the shots, runs back to Inman, who dies in her lap. 10 years later, Ruby is married and has 3 sons, and Ada has a 9-year-old daughter. Themes. Longing for home. The majority of Cold Mountain is focused on Inman's journey home. Inman's longing for home inspires this journey and keeps Inman going, despite the harsh conditions and dangerous situations. Ada also has a longing for home, though hers is much more of a sense of belonging than a physical place. In the beginning of the novel, Ada feels hopeless and out of place, but with the help of Ruby, she is able to make a true home in the mountains. Quotes. He thought on the homeland, the big timber, the air thin and chill all the year long. Cold Mountain soared in his mind as a place where all his scattered force might gather. Theme: Perseverance in the face of adversity. Human perseverance is a major theme in this novel. In the book, Inman never gives up on trying to return home to Ada. Despite the many hardships he faces, such as harsh terrain and dangerous situations, Inman perseveres. Ada also perseveres in her own way on the farm. Ada goes from not being able to support herself to making a genuine home and providing for herself on the farm. This took hard work and effort, but Ada did not give up. Quotes: I am coming home, one way or another. I will never conceal a single thought from you. Inman walked through the days of cooling weather, blue skies, and empty roads. The fourth time, though, she stood firm and substantial and held her tight. He said, I've been coming for you on a hard road. I'm never letting you go, never.